Welcome to Crypto Angles podcast number 18. Number 18. Yeah, so it's number 9 basically. So welcome. Over here we combine astronomy and astrology together, and we see how that impacts the crypto market. I am not a financial advisor and I am not giving financial advice. I just fell in love with stargazing and I noticed it has a correlation with the crypto market. So welcome everyone. Anyway, I want to say in this video we will be covering HBAR as well, so that is a little bit different. I go over the astrological story of what I'm kind of seeing for this week and seeing the potential impact, and then we'll move on to the technical analysis. And this week I will be going over HBAR as well. If you have been following me, I usually touch Bitcoin, XRP and the DXY, so we will still be covering all of those with the additional HBAR too. If you do have any requests, any coins you'd like me to go over, do let me know, because this we'll be charting this HBAR. We'll be doing it from the beginning, so you'll see how I chart up. Whereas, you know, Bitcoin and XRP, of my all my drawings are there, and it's a little bit messy. But let's get into it anyway. And also the giveaway. This calendar is in alignment with the visible sky, and this is what I use to look at astrology and the crypto market. You can grab this if you'd like. It is available on Etsy, and this is the calendar that I'm giving away. I've reached 1,000 subscribers. It's been a long time coming, but I'd like to give it away. And I've had 2 people, you know, I was a little bit nervous because I was like, who wants a free gift? But 2 people have come forth, so it's only 2. So you 2 have won. So I will message you my email, and if you can email me back and I'll explain in the email everything you need to give me, and then I'll send it out to you. But thank you so much, you 2, for trusting me. You know, thank you. Like, I see you, so thank you. Right, let's get into the video now. I would like to start off by a little bit of Gematria. Okay, a little bit of Gematria. So this is my threads and what has happened on the world stage this week. We had UFO hearings happening. Yeah, we've had UFO hearings happening. We've had UFO disclosures. It wasn't exactly like the government announcing, but it was on people, you know, said that they've admitted that they've found spacecraft, they've found bodies. They admitted it, like the disclosure to the government, you know, basically. So as you can see all of this here, but oh my days, let's take a look at it anyway. So Gematria, as I've said before, it does weigh it's the consciousness weight, or you can, you know, see the consciousness weight through Gematria, but that does involve like bringing in the periodic table to get a more accurate yeah, you need to bring that in. But anyway, just looking at the surface level of how they kind of communicate and the coding in our realm, in our reality, I was like, all of this UFO disclosures, what is coming up? And as I've been chatting, you can clearly see you've got the 167, but also please keep in mind you've got this 58 in Chaldean as well. So we've got all these 167s. It's about the UFO disclosure. You've got enjoy the show. You've got fake alien invasion. Keep that in mind, because I'll share my point of view about that afterwards. All systems go. Bear in mind, if it's got a same number, it's got a relationship with each other. So it's like, okay, what systems are go? Are they getting ready? Are they preparing? And this is their best work yet. So this UFO disclosure, they're letting you know that all systems are go from this point. It's their best work, supposedly. It's on that frequency. Fake alien invasion can come from this, so just enjoy the show, people. Do not worry, of course, about this UFO disclosure. So moving down, You've got UFO hearings as well. 1, 2, 3, and I was just like, 1, 2, 3, go. I done a TikTok on it. It was interesting, but follow me on all places if you like, people. Got buyback XRP, so I'm like, oh, these UFO hearings, we're getting buyback XRP. Are they letting people know buyback now, or are they letting you know from these UFO hearings and this UFO disclosure, do enjoy the show because there is a fake alien invasion coming, all systems are go for it? Is it when this fake alien comes? Is it time to buy back XRP? I don't know. Is the buyback happening now? It is consolidating, potential to get a little bit of profit, I guess, but we'll see. We got new beginnings, 1, 2, 3 as well. Got XRP wins, 1, 2, 3. What are they winning? I'm not entirely sure. And then you've got, I have to open this, but this is the Hebrew. I had to use a different site to get the Hebrew, but we've got the 496, and what comes up is augmented finance. So that is the blockchain technology, basically. Coming out with the augmented finance is coming out with it's a blockchain technology, you see. So all these UFO hearings and stuff coming up, and I don't have the picture up, so we're just going to use this. It is in one of my threads, I think, but you notice XRP here equals 58. I've said this before, but that equals 58, and what else equaled 58? UFO disclosure. So all of this talk about aliens, UFO, to me, I'm seeing a link to XRP. I'm seeing a link to, it's giving like all systems go. It's giving the go signal for the next phase, which is their best work, which is augmented finance on the blockchain, augmented reality, isn't it? So it's all the blockchain technology. It is a buyback, and as I mentioned before, the lady on the plane and the Titan submarine gave signals all to XRP and cryptocurrency. So what I'm seeing from this is the hearings have happened, so I'm paying attention. We'll take a look at the technical analysis to see, like, oh, are they really saying buyback now, potentially? Or is this the beginning of the narrative they are setting up? So when this fake alien invasion comes, you know, we'll see. fake alien invasion, it will still link to, obviously, enjoy the show, UFO disclosure, which links to XRP. Could this event be the catalyst which will cause only the utility coins to grow and allow wiping away all the shit coins, basically, so the coins that don't really have utility and that just won't be around? Could that be the thing that causes like liquidity? I don't know, we'll see, but all of this did come up for me anyway, and yeah, it came up for me. So let's move into the astrological story. There isn't that much happening today, so we're getting to the this week, so we will get into the technical analysis quite quickly. But I did also want to say that all of this alien invasion and all of this like UFO disclosure and all of this AI technology, I'm finding it interesting, the narrative that's being built up here, only because you've got loads of AI, ChatGPT going off, you've got loads of AI and bots online. Then they're creating the narrative of these aliens and UFO disclosure, which will then lead to, who do we know who is real? Who is real? Because are you AI, artificial intelligence, or are you an alien? who's human. And then, oh, hello, we now have to identify who is human. Hi, WorldCoin, the maker of ChatGPT, who created the problem, and they're coming with a solution to figure out who is human. So you have to scan your eye and all that stuff. Now I'm saying that like say I haven't already done it. I've done it and I've got the world coin. I scanned my retina because at the end of the day, as I'm speaking through my laptop, it's scanning my face anyway. So yeah, but that's just a different story. I see the whole game and I feel awareness is the best thing. Awareness is the best thing. If you know what you're doing and you know your plan and why you're doing it, that's the most important thing. But I am seeing the narrative being built here. Aliens, AI. Oh my days, you've noticed all of these people on the world stage freezing and glitching out. Oh no, they could have been AI or they could have been an alien. Oh no, we had no idea. Then you've got the Simpsons. You know the Simpsons when they pull off the skin, and like Trump and that pull off the skin, it's an alien underneath, and everyone's like, ah, no. You know what I mean? That's the narrative that they can easily pull. Then we come into payments. How we can't, we've got this technology, XRP, that can move like cross-border payments, fast payments, all that jazz. We've got it. We've got the retail version, XLM, we've got it. But now they need to make sure they are paying humans because they're like, right, in a world full of AI and aliens, we need to know if you're human. Yeah. So we'll see how the narrative goes with that anyway, and we'll see the narrative being built up with the whole alien invasion. We'll follow it. If there's any links to XRP, well, yeah, we'll see, and the cryptocurrency. But let's get into this week's astrological transit and how that could be impacting us. Also, it is a new moon. If you'd like to check out my YouTube, I do go over the general energies in relation to our life and not the crypto market. So feel free to check that out. I did speak about a lot about numerology in that video, but in essence, we're numerology wise, we're entering into, so I don't get it wrong, bear with me. Oh, thank you for your patience. We are entering, I write it all down, you see, I just don't want to get it wrong, because I've kind of gone a little bit out there with my numerology, but I'm seeing the numbers 4, 6 and 1. Okay, 4, 6 and 1 with a little bit of 3 and 5 energy in there. So 1, this month in general, I am seeing a new structure and support. Something new is coming up this month with the 1 in there. I'm seeing change because 5 is in the general energy. So change is happening this month. I wish I could kind of show this, but I writ it on my board. So, the 6, I'm seeing number 6 this month, meaning creative potential and a lot possibly being birthed this month. So yeah, I'm seeing 3. So again, I'm seeing change, possibly creative change, can even be a little bit chaotic. So a bit of chaos may appear this month. And also building, I'm seeing building. Yeah, so this month, like, your time is probably used building whatever is your new ideal or reality. I'm seeing building, change, potential, creativity, and newness. So that's what I'm seeing with the numerology of this month. Go over to my other video to see how I calculated that, because I actually write it down. So that's what I'm seeing with this month, energetic wise, with numerology. And with astrology now, I'm seeing we've got water and fire energy, Oh my gosh, I was just listening to the Stormzy song, Water and Fire, as well. That's interesting. That's very interesting. I've been hella emotional this month. And if you are like, oh, the calendar, by the way, the luminaries, watch the mouse. The luminaries in the sky move this way. That's how they move in the sky. But all of the star constellations actually move this way. Okay, so that's why Cancer, we're in Cancer season now, but that's why it's here. And if we go up to July, Cancer's here, and Gemini was coming off the screen. Gemini's at the top, Taurus coming off, So I just thought I'd put that in there if you wondered why it was like that. So moving anyway, just onto this week. As you can see, it's not Leo season just yet. The sun enters Leo on the 11th, but let's just get back to this because nothing's happening here the last 2 days. Nothing really. We just have this Capricorn full moon on Tuesday. So depending where you are, here's the moon. There's a date, 1st of August. It's going to start in Sagittarius, a full moon, and then it enters into Capricorn like a bit later in the day. But in essence, I'm seeing obviously the Capricorn energy and a bit of the Sag energy based around the full moon. So the full moon illuminates it. It illuminates in general. So I'm seeing something will be illuminated around the Sag energy a little bit because we're seeing a new direction. But more importantly, the Capricorn energy because it's solidifying and creating that foundation in the direction that was illuminated here. Okay, so it was illuminated. You may see peeps again as we move into Tuesday, and then we're gonna something on how we can solidify and create a solid foundation will be illuminated there. So of course, when it comes to this may be how you're ready to carry out your plan in the crypto market to set this foundation for one, or your business or anything. And then based on the crypto market in general, I'm seeing this week the market to be finishing off where it's bottoming out. Okay, yeah, and transitioning from that energy from like next week. So I'm seeing just finishing off consolidation this week essentially, and making sure that support is fully set up so it can move to the next leg. So full moons, price likes to find its bottom so it can be drawn up to the new moon to then be rejected off that, to then find its support again off the full moon. So that's kind of how it works, up and down, up and down. Now, let's move into the technical analysis. Stay with me, people, and we will draw up a HBAR at the end. So, not at the end. We'll do HBAR and then we'll do the DXY last. So, we'll finish on the DXY. So, Bitcoin. Where are we? Bitcoin? And keep in mind as well, I will be doing Bitcoin's birth chart analysis. I will be doing that. I could do it for HBAR as well. No, I'll be doing Bitcoins today, so do keep an eye out for that. When it's released, I'll record it today. I've done an example of XRP. It's just looking at the astrological placements of Bitcoin when it was projected into our reality to see its purpose and if it's actually living up to its purpose. And sneak peek, spoiler alert, it kind of is. But I'll be doing that later. Let's see where the piece of paper is for its birthday. Oh gosh, I have to find the piece of paper, but I will be doing that later. Okay, Bitcoin. Where are we? This is the weekly, what I am seeing from here already. Yeah, I think I said this last week. Just looking at it boldly on the weekly, it would be perfectly okay if it is to come down to the 28 region, this yellow line where I'd put that in last week to get its support, because this red line, it kind of just meets up with this trend line. It's hit the 0.1, 2, and then kind of like to touch it again. just wouldn't seem unusual. Let's take a look at the RSI. It does seem like it's sloping more down, even if it's to find support on the 50 on the weekly RSI to then go up. And as I says, because we are looking at, or we're having a full moon before, it needs to bottom out before it pulls up. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Right. Is that my line? That's my line, isn't it? It stops about there, 200 moving average. But it has crossed. Also on the weekly, was it under the 200? No, it was being supported nicely by the 200 moving average on the weekly. So that was something good to see. And the moving averages have crossed. So again, it's an angel cross right there on the daily. So I'm seeing upward momentum in the not immediate short term, but in the short long term, but not in the long term, if that makes sense. So it's just letting me know, though it's not like right now, we could have this drawback to here, to 28 lowest, that drawback because of the full moon to finish off this support and structure. But because of this cross, that's why I'm seeing continuation because of this cross that has happened. Though of course these are Pluto and Mercury are sloping downwards. It would be amazing when this starts to come up, but it will. And price is still under Uranus, this berry line here, it is still under it. So let's take I'm seeing it going down. We'll take a smallest look on the 4-hour time frame, then we'll move to XRP and then HBAR. So, where are we? 4-hour. Okay, so on the short term, I'm seeing we are being pushed down by price. We're being pushed down. We're kind of hovering nowhere at the moment. Like nothing's really, we're not really hovering anywhere, so it would kind of be nice to just come back to here, finish off its support, or it may wick down to here and climb up, get back above. I'm not sure, but downward momentum. Oh, my disc is almost full. Okay, downward momentum. That's kind of what I'm expecting for Bitcoin. 27 to 28k. XRP, let's take a quick look at the weekly, do longer ones, shorter ones. Oh, look at that. This is why I'm gassed. Okay, you notice all the Mercury, the planets disappear on the weekly, but it's fine. But look at this trend line. Remember when I said like maybe 10 crypto angles podcasts away before, I was like, look, this massive trend line, price most likely is going to get rejected off that and then come back down. But I was thinking, get rejected off that, come back down. But I feel we're going to we've been rejected off it, which is actually kind of nice to see. And we're resting right here on an interesting part. So it's kind of like, did we get rejected? This is why sometimes I like to look at the line chart and not just the candles. But did we get rejected? We're going to we're finding support here generally when this full moon comes in, and could that push us out of here to get us to our dollar? Because got a little resistance at like the 79.80 region, a little more when it gets to 88, but then after that it's like the dollar essentially. So that's interesting. Let's take a little look at the daily, see if we're getting a better structure. Okay, so they have crossed again here, just like Bitcoin. This is getting ready to slope more in that direction, which is nice to see. As you can see here, it's like, okay, what is it going to do what is it going to do? Is price going to break through this little trend line? More than likely, because trend lines don't really hold much, to find support around the 50 moving average. Could it potentially be finding support there before continuing to the upside? Or are we coming right down? Because where was this? Yeah. Because basically on the RSI, we could show we've come down here, which could even like be here, but we're still higher than like this, which was here. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's like if there is a fall at this time, shit, are we on the daily? If there's a fall to 60, I'm not going to be surprised, but I also won't be surprised if we can hold this. If when the full moon comes in, we can hold this, and that pushes us out from this zone. So essentially it's just waiting for a break of this area. If we break 69, then I'm seeing we're touching 60 again. That wouldn't be unusual because we have overextended from the moving averages, and it would be nice for price to come back to here, and it's kind of getting its support off Uranus. I love just incorporating the luminaries like that, but that's kind of what I'm seeing there with XRP. Let's take a little look on a smaller time frame to see if we're really going down or staying up. Okay, so looking at the moving average, no, the RSI, we're kind of sloping up, it says, but I don't know if we're just getting rejected at this level nicely. You see how we've kind of come under whatever this trend line is that I clearly just drew on a larger time frame, but we've broke below it and we're under it right now. So it's like we can either just get rejected again and go down, or it's literally sloping up to be moving onward and upward. I want to see if we've got any like triangle like not even, because look just what's going on. Like I don't even, nah, because it's not finished. It would kind of, like there's some like I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. Like I said, I'm not an expert. We're just figuring it out from support and resistance. Okay. Yeah, it's just a weird shape it's really making here. Maybe from a smaller angle. Yeah, but it is quite far again from the moving averages. If it was to even fall down to here, 67, it could even 62 to fall and reach. It's like if we see a sudden drop, which sometimes that can happen, like we've got a drop and it comes up, climb, and then a drop again to the next lower low. So I don't know, if we definitely break past 682, we're coming down to 60, a wick to 60 to gain its support, which I feel could be healthy. Let's take a quick look at the actual candles. Is it showing us anything different? Yeah, no, last time frame, and we're going to move on to HBAR. This to me, it's just like it's coiling up, but these, I'm not ignoring these because sometimes after having these, especially being we're now under on the hour, the 200 moving average, this could push us down from the hour to easily here, like I says, the 60s, or Mercury and Pluto could propel it out, so it could hover here till Monday, till this full moon energy comes in, and then it's done and gone. But like I said, the full moon energy lasts for 5 days, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So going into next week, it could be bottoming out. So if we do have a break downward, it's not unusual, especially because Bitcoin's looking like it really wants to do that as well. We'll clarify when it comes to the DXY, but I'm seeing it's more likely to go down from this point. Yeah, and I'm even seeing, like, if you're seeing 70 break, because look at just this area here. We've had break below. Should we go back to lines? Because everything is macro, micro, and everything just happens on the same level. So support, support, it broke through support, got rejected 1-2 times, broke above it, and now it's literally kind of just hovering on that support, but it's slightly lower than it. So is it getting ready to be rejected again to go down? Potentially. Like, it wouldn't shock me if that's the case. Small time frame, 30 minutes. Okay, so on the 30-minute time frame, we've crossed, this is telling me a downward trend temporarily. We've crossed here Mercury and Pluto, we've crossed Uranus, they have crossed. We are underneath all three of the luminaries, and it looks like on the 30-minute, the moving average, the 200 moving average, it looks like price could be getting ready to stay under that. Smallest time frame, 15 minutes. I'm not going to go lower than that. Okay, so that was a cross to potentially go to the upside, but nothing happened. It was still going down. Oh, I don't know. We see from this point, we're under that. We're under 2, but we're being supported by Mercury and Pluto here. Will that today, is that going to push us to go upward, or is it going to push us to go down? Because obviously we've got Bitcoin looking like it's potentially going down. It's just not going to surprise me if we're kind of just getting a little bit more rejected off that before breaking through, reaching to our dollar, extending a little bit of, not that high, a little bit above, maybe probably about here, about 130 odd, to then fall back down and potentially be trading on the outside of this line. That's what I'm seeing, to get back to like April at 50 cents by April 2024. About 50 cents by spring. So we'll see. HBAR now anyway. The H of the bar. Thank you for the suggestion. Like I says, if anyone has any other suggestions, let me know. We'll cover it. And like I says, like, I do have a Patreon attached to this. You know, I started this just doing it myself, and with my Patreon, where I'm ready to get into more exclusive content, especially as like on the world stage, I'm ready to use Gematria and etc. to know which coins to invest in. So all of that I'm going to put on my Patreon, as well as sharing which coins I'm kind of getting into. And a trading course is available, and it's attached to the Patreon, so it's only £8 a month. So anyone who just wanted to know how to kind of do this, then you can, to know how to chart so you can practice, and then I can, you know, further you on to my mentor if you wish. But you know, like, not everyone right now is able to afford the most, and it's like sometimes people just need a little taster, see if they like it or not, for the basics. Then you can further your education, you know. So I thought £8 a month, there's a trading course attached to it where you can learn at your own pace, or just learn for the month. But that's then, it's available if anyone's interested. But anyway, HBAR, the busy R. Okay, so automatically what I'm seeing from here, I didn't really look too much into this project, but it's new, isn't it? It's very, very new. And I find it interesting how price is like it's like it launched at 30 cents. Interesting. But it was very under. Look at the RSI, the relative strength. It was underperforming, and then it's like higher when it's all the way down here. So that's interesting. But what that is telling me is that this may be quite a good asset, because even though it's like lower, the strength is building up. So yes, it started out, it's a very new coin. It started after all the pandemic nonsense, which is kind of good as well, because it's not had its full run. And what I'm seeing here automatically, let's get my little brush, is I'm seeing this wonderful potential W. So that's one thing that I'm seeing, and obviously from a W, like this is on the weekly time frame, so this is like Mahusiv, but when it eventually would like to break out of that, yeah, we got a double, so reaching potentially 60 cents HBAR once it breaks out of this. But obviously this is on the weekly. This could take time. I'm not sure. You can see how I'm seeing XRP and stuff go to $1. Bitcoin could squeeze to 48K in this run, you know, from the end of July going into August. We'll see how the end of August looks, but I'm not seeing the end of August the best, or definitely at latest going into September. So what I'm kind of seeing here, I don't know if this 60 cents, or even not even 60, just reaching back 30, is going to be in this time when XRP is going to reach $1. Because remember, I says XRP can easily reach and pump up past $1, and then by spring 2024 it will be back at 50 cents. Okay, so whereas by the time HBAR reaches like 60, this could be after like XRP is you know, next year, basically, not in this little jump and run. So kind of in this little jump and run, what am I potentially seeing for the short term? Let's look on the daily to get a little closer look. And as you can see on the daily, Pluto and Mercury come up. So that line is quite clear. Oh, I forgot to put this on. I do this on the weekly. I just put on my 2 lines on the weekly just to get a notice of what's important. So we've clearly got, what type of nonsense? I picked the wrong line. Horizontal line, not horizontal ray. I was like, it's meant to be yellow, orange. So we've got that. We've clearly got this zone. We have to keep clicking it. Clearly got that zone. So for those who don't know, kind of on the weekly, I put 2 to 3 areas, and then I come down just on the line chart. It's just easier to see, to the daily, and then we can see a little more. We can see where price is right now and where the main focus is. So also on the daily, there's other zones. Let's make it clear by using our rectangle. So as you can see, that was support then. We broke through it and got rejected off this area being 8 cents. 8 cents, okay. That's interesting. I'm ready to decode like HBAR and all that. Like, so I'm going to plan how I'm going to do that. But you can clearly see here as well, price is being supported on something. It's a new coin, so it's like, where is it support? So it's building its whole structure. It's being supported on something micro. It broke below that, got rejected off it, managed to break above it, use whatever this area is as its support, and now it's semi underneath it. So we're focusing on this zone. Right now, obviously, as you can see, price is below the 200 moving average. On the long scale, I'm seeing the Mahusiv W, as you can see, but this W pattern needs time to perform. So this is its first level of resistance that it needs to break out of. I'm seeing Bitcoin having a little correction similarly to XRP. So this could bring this down to this zone, 3 cents, it could easily touch that again on this little drop, but then that could be high. No, looking at the RSI, look, it's kind of above it. It's being supported on there, which is nice to see, which means it's low down may not be that low, because it could just get a nice support off the 50 again to continue. Yeah, but lowest, if anything, 4 cents for one, or 3 cents. If it goes lower than 3, 2, 3, if it goes lower than 3, 3, it's like, okay, what's going on? Then it's my, like, it's clearly creating a lower bottom. Yeah, let's just go a little smaller on the 4 hours so we can get a little more. Straight away off the RSI, this is showing to me there could be some downward movements. Like I says, with Bitcoin and XRP, it's no surprise there if price would like to do that. Oh, but look at this, we do have a cross. We've got a cross and we're being supported. This could be a tiny little rejection off Uranus, or we could stay there to be supported. You know, it's either a push down back to 5-2 or something to continue this support from the 200 moving average, as well as Pluto and Mercury. Yeah, so that wouldn't be shocking if price comes back down to the 50, just get that little extra support to then continue up. So if it's a bit more like, yeah, it just may not be as dramatic. If Bitcoin's little pullback is dramatic, we may just below these. Yeah. Passing 4-2 will just be just like, what's going on? If it goes below than this, really, then that's the extra concern. But I'm seeing it closer to just hovering around these levels, and to get ready to be pulled up to the new moon. Kind of what I'm seeing there. Okay. Yeah, this structure is just kind of looking like a little drop down eventually, just to kind of go woo down and then probably up. I don't know. We'll observe this coin. It's a whole new coin. It's still finding its structure and support. I don't feel it will be a big dramatic move down, but it all depends on Bitcoin. But it does look like it's just got a little move to just go down before going up. But where is it? Obviously, when it comes from this zone, where is it moving to when it goes next? And getting above 6.3 is a nice sign for continuation, I feel, because we're clearly above. We're now on the support side of this resistance, but it's like right now we are stuck closer to the resistance side, so that's why it's like, oh, what's going to happen? But it's like once we're above that 6.3 happily, then of course the next zone is the 8 to 9.5 cents. Yeah, that's its next move up. And this is what I'm saying, like, let's just go back on the daily based on like what I see. Clearly its next zone is to just take out that, and as it then hovers here, there's not a lot of trading here, obviously, just a touch point, trading cluster, and initial touch point. So yeah, once we break through this zone, its next leg is 19 to 20 cents after 8 to 10 cents essentially. Yeah, after 8 to 10 cents, that will be its next trading cluster, and then its next move up will be to the 19. Yeah. We'll see. Like with how all the crypto market's moving, I just don't know. It has to do its automatic rally on its downtrend. So it's like it's still not finished. Could that just mean it's creating a higher high, like to here, to then be rejected off here, to then possibly coming back to the 10 cents region, to then go on up? And then that would be the one to break through eventually the 30 cents. We'll see. Do let me know, did that technical analysis help? Yeah, did it help or no? But this trading zone, yeah, I'm seeing temporary minimal down, like a small downward movement, only because Bitcoin and that, but then clearly up next in the short term, possibly based on this full moon, to 8 cents. Like that extra pull and push in the crypto market may be the one just to get it to 20 before it gets rejected. But we'll see. We'll follow this project, so I'll probably give it like 3 weeks or something, and then I'll cover it again. Yeah, let's finish off now with the DXY, just to see, because as I says, I'm seeing potential shortward downward momentum. First, so let's see what the DXY is doing. Let's see what the DXY is doing, my lass. Okay. So that was a nice rejection off that, bounce off that support upward. That's why we had the downward momentum. Let me just look at the candles. Oh, can't. No, let's go back to the line. It's a bit too much for me. We're going to a smaller time frame. But what I'm seeing here on the daily is price is clearly now under. We did get pushed up off Uranus, which was nice to see, but price is clearly under Mercury and Pluto and the 200 moving average. Yeah, the 50 moving average is also a good one to have on people. It's just because I've got the luminaries on. So let's look at the 4 hourly. Okay, straight off the bat, I'm seeing it's like on the 4 hour. Has it found support off that? Is it trying to go up a bit higher before coming down? Potentially, I don't know. This pink line isn't a trend line, but it has bounced off that nicely. It's just kind of what I drew. But what I'm seeing on the 4 hour, we're just under. We're on a downward trend. So that's why I says there may just be short downward momentum. Like, for example, if the market opens, let me actually take a look at the candles, because this is going to let me know what's happened here. So we've been rejected off that line quite nicely. Touched it one time, tried it again, come down. It's kind of like we're attempting it again. So if when the market opens, because look at this, we're kind of pointing upward to just try and go up a little bit higher, and maybe that's that small downward movement in crypto. I'm not sure. But I'm not seeing this going up much higher. If it does, kind of like, oh, the market's opened, so we're moving upward, and before it goes down again. Gold is gonna be, so I'm gonna actually check gold offline, have a look at my gold TA. But yeah, I'm seeing like all of these. We've got Mercury, Pluto, you've got Uranus, got a 200 moving average. It's all below it, so this is just ready to just push it down, which is telling me when it comes to crypto, like crypto's potentially bottoming out at the beginning of the week, so coming like beyond, like just after, we may see upward movement this week. I was saying like this is probably bottoming out the whole week, but it's probably going to bottom out quickly, purely because of the DXY. Because this is just ready to just go down. It's ready to go down. Okay. Yeah, it's being little push up by the 200, by these, push down by that. So there may be just this little tiny push up, but it's not really going anywhere. It's just clearly getting rejected off that, and its next level is here. Yeah, its next level is here. From this move, when it gets rejected to here, this could potentially be Bitcoin and XRP and HBAR retesting that zone. You see how XRP, it's in a trading rectangle. What is it called? Just like this, it's stuck in it. So basically I'm saying by the time this is reaching the 100 points again, XRP is at that top end. How can I put it? Let's just go back and finish off. So for example, HBAR will be like closer to the 6 cents, or yeah, closer to the 6 cents, like out of this trading zone, or at highest reaching 8 cents from this full moon activity. No, not the full moon activity, that gap, like before the DXY breaks that gap. So I'm literally talking about here to here. Okay, when we break this gap, this is potentially then when XRP is finally passing 80-90 cents, moving up to the dollar, when the actual dollar is below 100 points, potentially. Similarly to HBAR, it's like when we reach down to here, we are reaching, it's either 6 cents or the height of 8 cents, this trading cluster. And it's like when it breaks through here, that's when HBAR will be moving up to be reaching or getting closer to its 20 cents. Okay, similarly to Bitcoin, when the DXY is coming down to here, this is when Bitcoin is it's at like 27 now. It's going to be reaching back to 30 to break out of its oblong trading zone. It's literally just in a horizontal trading zone, but when it breaks out of this and comes down, this is potentially when Bitcoin will break past above 30k, like finally, instead of being rejected off it for so long. So that's what I'm seeing there with this week, people. Do let me know your thoughts. Did you like that breakdown of HBAR? Keep in mind the general energies for this month being the 1, so new beginnings, new structures, support. There's change happening this month and connections. You may be connecting with people. There's potential this month, so I'm seeing volatility in the crypto market. There is potential, which is allowing 3 energy, which is creative change, a change in your frequency, and building. Okay, so this month, they're the numerology of this month. This full moon is illuminating how you can set up a solid structure and foundation. All right, so based off your creative potential, what's ready to change and all of that, and how you're ready to build. So keep in mind them energies as we go through this whole month. But yes, and I need you, the last point, I need you to keep in mind this energy of Black Moon Lilith being in Virgo. We are going to have external influences impacting our decisions, but you need to turn that resistance as support and know that people are just chatting nonsense. You need to stick to your plan. But so keep that in mind as we go through from August into November. Okay, there's going to be a lot of people talking about crypto and doing this and doing that, and it's going to go to this price, which is why we're having which is why this, okay, which is why this, because a lot is happening. Yeah, but with that being said, if you'd like a reading, reach out to me. I'll give my email to those who have won the calendar. So you too, please just reach out to me, give me your details. Once you've emailed me, I'll let you know all the details anyway, but I'll give you my email and you can have your free gift. But thank you for joining me on this episode of Crypto Angles podcast number 18. Done 18 of them, people. And bear in mind, people, I am only putting this on my YouTube weekly for until the end of summer. After that, it will be weekly on my Patreon, and possibly just the end of the month I'll put it on my YouTube for free, because as I says, this is my art which I've created myself. It's in alignment with the visible sky, and yeah, so feel free to get that if you'd like. But anyway, with that being said, I'll see you in my next week's video, Crypto Angles podcast number 19. That is 19. Then number 10, the binary code, the 1 and 0 source. But anyway, I'll see you next week. Angel out. Bye.